The names. "Miss Trunchbull?" Matilda cried, jumping about a foot in the air. "You mean she is your aunt? She brought you up?" "Yes," Miss Honey said. "No wonder you were terrified," Matilda cried. "The other day we saw her grab a girl by the pigtails and throw her over the playground fence." "You haven't seen anything," Miss Honey said. "After my father died when I was 5½ she used to make me bath myself all alone. And if she came up and thought I hadn't washed properly, she would push my head under the water and hold it there. But don't get me started on what she used to do. That won't help us at all." "No," Matilda said, "it won't." "We came here," Miss Honey said, "to talk about you, and I've been talking about nothing but myself the whole time. I feel like a fool. I'm much more interested in just how much you can do with those amazing eyes of yours." "I can move things," Matilda said. "I know I can. I can push things over." "How would you like it," Miss Honey said, "if we made some very cautious experiments to see just how much you can move and push?" Quite surprisingly, Matilda said, "If you don't mind, Miss Honey, I think I would rather not. I want to go home now and think about all the things I've heard this afternoon." Miss Honey stood up at once. "Of course," she said. "I've kept you here far too long. Your mother will be starting to worry." "She never does that," Matilda said, smiling. "But I would like to go home now, please, if you don't mind." "Come along, then," Miss Honey said. "I'm sorry I gave you such a rotten tea." "You didn't at all," Matilda said. "I loved it." The two of them walked all the way to Matilda's house in complete silence. Miss Honey sensed that Matilda wanted it that way. The child seemed so lost in thought she hardly looked where she was walking, and when they reached the gate of Matilda's home, Miss Honey said, "You'd better forget everything I told you this afternoon." "I won't promise to do that," Matilda said, "but I will promise not to talk about it to anyone any more, not even to you." "I think that would be wise," Miss Honey said.